24 hours ago, a bill was introduced to the House by the problem solvers. And it was a great bill, but late in the day, a couple of naysayers were saying, oh, well, Nancy rejected it. It's all dead. Come back to us in January. But viewers of this channel said otherwise. No, no, no. We have the purple power. We don't deal like that. Give it time. Give it time to marinate, sort of like a Mitch McConnell lobster bill, and let it percolate, like Broadway, like opening show of Chuck Schumer's Broadway show. 24 hours later, tonight, we're on the cusp of a potential second stimulus deal. What happened, and why did it turn so quickly overnight? The question and the answer is in this video tonight, but ultimately the answer is you, the purple power. Good evening, everybody. This is LALATE with a special report about why and what happened in such 24-hour switch around turn of events that we went from what seemed to be much of nothing yesterday for some naysayers, but for others, a lot of hope. And tonight, we're on the cusp of a potential second stimulus deal. It's really one of the true testaments to what this channel embodies, the purple power, which is spirit, optimism, information, and dedication to purpose. And tonight, it's all coming to fruition. This video is a time in which we really celebrate in how we came together as one to realize that certain things work, other things don't work, but ultimately no one's going to tell us no, because we're ultimately going to get it in the end. If there was ever time to like and share a video, it's tonight, so go to the Fun's channel and subscribe and drop your comments below, and I may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And then also like this video, because this is going to be a damn good video. Tonight, a lot of things have happened that no one saw or heard of yesterday, but the channel viewers of this channel certainly thought it was coming to fruition. Tonight, we have Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin back in the negotiation room, the first time in upwards of 5 weeks. We have President Trump also tonight saying he's raising his stimulus total bill offer. It was at 1.3 trillion upwards of 2 weeks ago. This morning it was at 1.5, and tonight he's willing to go even higher. We also have tonight President Donald Trump saying that GOP leaders need to get off their butts and raise their amount of money higher. But on the other hand, we have Democrats under fire. We have Nancy Pelosi under fire, Democrat leaders vowing to break party rank, caucuses of the Democratic coalition falling apart, as people slam Nancy Pelosi left and right for leaving Americans homeless during this pandemic, not doing anything but touting her inability, what she calls success, to get something done in May, and nothing ever since. And tonight, every single thing has changed. Why? And where are we tonight? And why has it happened so quickly? Let me get to the incredible details. The details are a combination of several factors that have got us to where we are tonight. The first major factor is really the purple power, which certainly extends beyond just the viewers of this channel, the Purple Power Coalition or Purple Party, but permeates into the outer elements of who had been watching what was unfolding yesterday. When the problem solvers introduced their bill yesterday, I told you it was a press assault. Public relations like you had never seen. They were literally on every major network and in every major publication saying that Nancy Pelosi has left her party, abandoned them, has sat back and done much of nothing, and here we have a bill that's really quite good, ready to go. It got more apparent as the day unfolded as Nancy Pelosi continued to slam the group, which included half of the members of her party. She called them all Republicans when half of them were Democrats. She said the bill was a hot mess that did much of nothing when it did much of everything her own bills did. And it showed that she had a lack of understanding or caring for where the situation really was. By the end of the day, Nancy Pelosi was under fire left and right from Democratic leaders, Democratic representatives, Democrats up for re-election. And then, of course, she was under fire from Republicans as well. On the other hand, Republicans were under fire additionally. They were under fire for not getting anything done, for that insane, ridiculous, bad bill last week. For Republicans who often are not covered on this channel, who don't even want to give a single penny for stimulus. And then there were all the incumbents, both Republicans and Democrats. New data revealed by the middle of today and late yesterday that incumbents, remember Seeds for Stimulus? Remember the Purple Powers hashtag, Seed for Stimulus. Incumbents, both Republicans and Democrats, were literally fighting tooth and nail upwards of last night for re-election in seats that they never thought would be in jeopardy. One news article I read, they said the race was 10 to 20 percentage points away a few weeks ago. Now it's a dead heat because, as the article said, lack of getting stimulus done. That was then. And by the end of yesterday, a couple of naysayers, there's always those naysayers, said, Nancy rejected it. Of course, I had wonderful, kind viewers that are longtime viewers of this channel, like Jennifer, saying, Ellie, what does that mean to be rejected? Does that mean something, happened? I said, no, it's not a procedural thing. It's not an order. It doesn't mean that the bill is now thrown in the garbage can. It doesn't mean that the bill is dead functionally. It doesn't mean like the bill is put into the shredder or something. It just means she doesn't like it, which is fine. She could say, I don't like it, but she certainly chose a word as though it would make you think that she determines the fate of every single thing in the United States. I rejected it. Of course, people trashed her for using that word as well. But it confused a lot of people. As the day unfolded, then people realized they had a problem. And the problem was Nancy Pelosi. She has singularly caused the homelessness of Americans across this country because in the weeks that have followed, she has not taken a deal that Steve Mnuchin offered in late July, perhaps the deal that they're starting off with today again, that would have put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in hands of American families. He had offered $400 a week for FPUC extension, which then was late July, and that would have, per individual, married couple, both working and laid off, boy, you can do the math. $400 a week, July, August, September, that's 3 months. 3 months times 4 weeks, that's 12 weeks. 12 weeks times $400, it's over $4,000 she was denying you because of her inability to accept a decent offer. She went $600, which no one was going to give her. And there we went. Viewers suddenly became homeless. Americans suddenly became homeless. And suddenly today, everything started to change. It started to change for a lot of different reasons. One, the story was front page. Not because of, we've been cut, not because someone just started watching my videos today. I mean, I've been doing videos for weeks. It's because the problem solvers had done a press assault. The story was front page. Second, it became very apparent among Wall Street that they needed stimulus. They weren't getting stimulus, and something really screwy was going on. As a lot of viewers told me, Jim Cramer, who is the beloved host of a lot of broadcasts on CNBC, including, Squawk Box in the morning and all the other evening, afternoon programs, had Pelosi on and accidentally called her Crazy Nancy. That didn't help. The day unfolded with a lot of stuff yesterday. So we started today with some progress. And the progress started when Mark Meadows said, the president likes the problem solvers bill, and the president supports the problem solvers bill. Oh my. This was perhaps singularly the most shocking announcement for others, but for the Purple Power, it was not. I had told you weeks ago that the president would support the problem solvers bill. Why? Because he was involved with it. The problem solvers had gone to Mark Meadows as negotiations had fallen apart and had met with him and said, hey, what do you want on this bipartisan bill? We're trying to work on this bipartisan bill with the problem solvers. And they had a lot of negotiations. They had a lot of chats. They fielded his interests, which is the interests of the president, of course. And they took those to fruition. they went to go meet with the Temple Doom, she kept her doors locked, didn't let them in. Literally, I'm not exaggerating for a joke. It was the same week that she wouldn't meet with Mnuchin, she wouldn't meet with Meadows, she wouldn't meet with anyone, even though she was in town, even though she paid, even though she was making money off of American tax dollars. She refused to do her job. And so they went back and they made a bill. And the bill was introduced on Tuesday. And guess what? The president said he supported it. What was so shocking, though, for others, was that the president was supporting things that we had never said before he would support. Supporting rent aid, which was in the bill. Supporting $450 a week of FPUC, which he had never gone that high. Supporting $600 a week for FPUC, which he had never gone that high. Supporting a lot of other programs like even EIDL in the bill. But it got even better. As the president said, you know what? I'll go to 1.5 trillion. I think 1.5 trillion is a good number. Oh my. That was also predicted by this channel, not just yesterday, not just last month, the day in which this channel basically started covering stimulus. I said that the president at that time would go 1.5 to 2 trillion. It still remains the point of this today. I covered on last Friday that Major Garrett interviewed Larry Kudlow and said, would the president go to 1.5 trillion? Larry Kudlow's like, I can't confirm or no deny. This is why the power of the purple is so important. Because other people would like to tell you sort of half of the story and say, you know, if they introduced the bill yesterday, it's already dead. I'd come back in January. Why? Why would somebody tell you half of the story? Is it because someone wants to make you negative? Is it someone that wants to make you depressed? Is it because someone's life is not really that positive and they want to drag you down to their level of negativity? Yes. Depressed people who are sad and have perhaps sometimes mental illness as well, or just not enough, eat too much lobster maybe, breed themselves on negativity, false information, half information, abridged quotes, not telling you the whole thing, because it gives them pleasure, making you uninformed. But you knew otherwise. And so when the president said he would support 1.5 trillion, he said even more. He said, I want the members of my party to support 1.5. That I had not predicted. Of course, that was then. And then tonight, it all got even bigger. Tonight, we learned that Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin went into negotiations today for the first time since they ended them in July. Absolutely incredible. This is the first time they've met face-to-face to do negotiations after she said, don't come back to me unless you have a better offer. Well, the offer is not 2-something. And to this day, I don't think she'll ever see an offer of 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4. She may see an offer of 2, and she should take it, because it's far more than enough. But the bigger news was what the president said. He said, I want second stimulus checks to go out. I want a lot of second stimulus checks to go out. He said, it's not the fault of the American people that they were put on lockdown. It's not their fault. Give them a more stimulus because we will get it back. Okay, who replaced this president with this guy tonight? This is a really good economic guy talking. I mean, he usually doesn't talk economics. That's exactly how economics works. Amen, sir. He said that. Then he said the almighty words. He said, you know what? This insanity about not raising your offer, Republicans, has to stop. Raise your offer now or else. He slammed very conservative Republicans who don't even want to offer more than $200,000 for second stimulus. And he said, what? We're at 1.5. We need to go higher, and we may go higher. And you better get ready to go higher. Now, was it him playing the cards and, a man that simply now sees he has to go higher to win in the re-elections, but really wanted to stay lower? Who will ever know? But the point of the matter is he's guiding the force, and he's doing it the correct way. So as viewers here tonight asked me how quickly could things change, we're really back at the July reporting of this channel. I understand I was a smaller channel in July, but the July reporting again was the following. Once you have a deal announced by two negotiator, if this is a two negotiator scenario, let me explain what that means before I start. If we're going to get a second stimulus package because two people are negotiating, and that's the path to get this done, then we're back at the July scenario. If it's Nancy and Steve are going to do a deal and they're going to come out and say, hallelujah, we've reached an agreement, and that's the path, this is how it gets done. They come out, they announce the deal one day, then the House votes on it the next day, the Senate votes on the next day, and the President signs the bill after that. So 3 days after announcement of the deal, once there's a deal. And then you would do all your routing times, 10 days for electronic deposit and all that type of stuff. That's what Mnuchin represented. It could be wrong, but that's the routing time he has always represented. Incredible turnaround for something we never saw happen even 24 hours ago. But the point of the matter as we sit here tonight, as the light drops and we're starting to go into darkness, is that you never lost faith. You never gave up hope. Other people wanted to tell you, just, pack up your bags and come back to January, and we'll show you a stimulus package in February next year. We knew otherwise. And when we sat back last Thursday and we had seen the destruction of Mitch McConnell's very bad bill falling apart, and Steve Mnuchin not telling us any other things about anything, some of us thought that the next path could be executive order. It still may be. But for now, tonight, there's incredible progress on 3 fronts. Negotiations to get it done by congressional order, the potential still for executive order by the president, and finally, money still in the states to be given to you. Coming up tomorrow morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time is Mornings Out of Light. If there was ever a night to subscribe and like to this channel, this would be the night. Go to the front of this channel, subscribe, and drop your comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. And like this video, because this is a damn good video, despite the darkness that's ascending right now. See you tomorrow morning. Stay positive, stay focused, and have a great evening.